Hello, today I'm with my friend Jarrad inside of the Metropolitan Museum of Art and History in New York City. And we are in the Egyptian wing of the museum, looking here at the statuette that is depicting a worshipping baboon.
Yes, now this statuette is from the New Kingdom of Egypt during 2000 to 1000 BC, when Ramses II, or as some would refer him to as Ramses the Great, was in power. He was probably a household item found in people's homes to worship the god Horus, as depicted on the back of the baboon that we'll talk about later. But now let's talk about what it looks like. Now the statuette is no more than 5 inches tall, and he is just so cute. Isn't he so cute?
He is really cute. And as you can see through the intricate carvings along the nostrils and the eyes and around the head,
Yes.
and the heads that are depicted, it really shows the level of detail that the Egyptian people went into to create this beautiful statuette.
Yes, well, weren't they very precise with the symmetry of most of their statues during the Egyptian time?
Most of the statues were, in fact, very symmetrical and meticulous, and that really shows itself inside of this statuette of the baboon.
Now, the symmetry of the baboon isn't quite perfect, as you can see in the face and the right hand that is cracked and chipped, that it really shows the age of this baboon. Now, let's go around to the back, shall we?
We shall. Yes, the symmetry follows itself along the back of the baboon. Along the back of the baboon, showing the fur being very, very symmetrical, almost in a geometric shape-like pattern, and with the hieroglyphs on the back telling a story of great Ramses, who was in rule during ancient Egypt.
It's not so much of a story, but more of a symbolic representation of his leadership. We see Horus, the falcon, right in the middle there, depicting the god, and his name, Ramses, is below it.
It is, isn't it? It's very nice how much detail the Egyptians went into with this statuette.
Yes.
Good. Now, Jarrad, what would be your particular interpretation of this baboon?
I suppose it wouldn't be my interpretation, but the interpretation of the ancient Egyptians was that baboons were the, prototypical adorers of the rising and the setting sun, and their chatter held secret knowledge that they hoped to share with the world.
Yes, that is true, and it also is said that the Egyptian god Thoth, as the baboon, is a symbol of arbitration, and is also active in resurrection and giving of life and wisdom. He was the power that judges the balance of your life after death.
Yes, he was a god, the baboon, but I do think that this depiction of the baboon was the symbolic representation of what a baboon is in Egyptian culture, which is the worshipper of the setting sun, or to worship Horus the god.
Yes, and this worship is seen throughout the baboon's posture, and the way his hands are up, and the humbleness of his face. And really, this is just a very meaningful piece that we're looking at inside of the Metropolitan Museum of Art.